Hello and welcome to another episode of Art Saddle Podcast. I'm Copper Kelly, and I'm always joined by my host, Keenan Flannery. How are you getting on, Keenan?
What's the story? How are you keeping, Copper?
Not too
How
bad.
are you?
I'm also joined by a good friend of mine. This is Ricky Van Der Sande. He's on the video with me there. You can see him, and he's there. Say hello.
Hey, how's everybody getting on? How are you all doing? I'm fairly new to podcasting, so I'm still learning the ropes. Copper and Keenan are going to show me the way, hopefully today.
Well, yeah, you're going to learn fuck all of us at the moment now.
That's the usual case here, anyway. But Ricky's a good friend of mine. We went to college back in 10 plus years ago now.
Oh, more than that, yeah.
Did
Made loads of noise together,
yeah. And we've been jamming on some guitars there last night and stuff. And instead we get him on and have the crack. And of course, we had that story from the time we met up with Keenan, the branding story. We might go into that more in the Patreon episode, I think.
We partied hard that night. A little too hard,
we
maybe.
did.
We'll party harder next time, but for now, we'll regret the first time.
Yeah. So we're only getting to know each other then. So, are
It was
you and
some
Keenan
way to
anyway?
get to know each other, wasn't it?
It was a good initiation. Like,
Yeah, initiation is the
baptism
best
by-
word to be used for that.
Baptism by branding.
Baptism by branding.
Yeah. But Keenan, what have you been up to the last few days? You've been keeping busy or
Yeah, keeping busy. I have a few gigs on the weekend.
Oh,
and
yes.
Stuff, so
tell
I'm
the
just-
people, you told me about these already, and they're a nice little get for you. Tell the listeners where you
Yeah, so like this weekend, I'm doing a gig on Friday for recovery month. There's a health and drug centre down the road. I'm doing a gig for them. It's live stream, so I'm sure I'll pop it up some way. Just
Yeah.
follow me. And
But
then Saturday,
Keenan Flannery music.
Keenan Flannery music everywhere. And then I'm doing a gig on a bus, like a ballet gig on Saturday, and then I'm doing a christening on Saturday night, which should be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But
Will you be there playing as they're hopping the baby into the font?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be dunking the baby while playing guitar, and then I'll punt the baby across the room.
Dirty old tone.
Dirty old. Do you ever see that video of the
priest?
He's like, and he just like drops the baby. Oh, that one when he does. When he drops the baby and
Oh, he
the
drops the
grab.
baby. Yeah.
Well, he drops her in it. Yeah, he's like dunking her and she slips out of hand and she just like slides into like the
God.
water bath and the man grabs her and the priest is
Yeah.
just like looks really upset and annoyed with himself.
I think Eugene and I are talking about the one where the priest does it really quickly, as though it's like, you know,
dunk
if
head first.
if you don't do it quick enough, then Christianity doesn't take. You know, it's like it's like you really get them in there fast, and then we.
It's like
know
when
that
they when they
it's
dunk
a good-
like an ice
a good
cream
baptism.
cone into like sprinkles and they go real nice and bam, real quick. But yeah,
Poor kid doesn't
I
know what's
the word.
happening.
No, traumatized.
Yeah.
Traumatized.
But,
Wait, that's me. What about you? Any news with you? Anything coming up?
no, I've had a week off work. I'm midway. Well, it's Thursday now. So the last few days I've taken off work, which is my first break in months, probably. So it's nice to kind of do a little bit of nothing. It's just, it's refreshing. But I have been working on other stuff like podcasts. My other podcast is up and running now. I don't think we mentioned it last week, did we? You don't
didn't,
mind?
No.
You don't mind if I
No,
say it on
fire
this?
away. Like I've been watching it, enjoying it.
Oh, we'll be getting you on now as well.
Hey,
Yeah, I put out the new podcast, Copper's Corner podcast. It's a music history podcast. And I talked to guests about their favorites, like one of their favorite singers and their influence on them and the biography of that singer. The first episode was Tammy White. Second was Neil Young. And the one that's coming out next week is Hank Williams. So a nice mixture of stuff as well.
very nice picture, yeah.
Yeah, so that's up and running as well. So I've been working hard on that and also hardly working on other times as well. So it's nice. But what's the crack with you, Rick? What have you been up to?
Nothing at all. Musically, very little. I've been. It's just kind of an unfortunate thing. I'm trying to renovate a house for myself and my family, and that takes up most of my time and money and brain power. It's not until you have to learn how lime works inside of a stone wall. Sorry, it's not until you learn how you have to learn how lime works inside of a stone wall and how to repair those kinds of things that you realize that this is now a thing that you need to know in your 30s and probably thereafter. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a misery.
You have to adult now.
Yes, yeah. I own a fridge It's the kind of thing that you just don't think about. Like it's just like I have to go fridge shopping. Do you understand
Pick
the
the
things
best
you need
fridge.
to know? Like, do you know what a BTU is? Like, it's the kind of thing you just have to become an adult and figure out. Like, I mean, I've bought televisions and things like that before, but then you have to like we bought a Hoover a couple of weeks ago. And it was like, how do you shop for a Hoover? No one teaches you that. They're just like, what's a good one? Will this model have spare parts in a few? I know I'm going on now, but it legit is a thing that happens in your life where you're just like, okay, now I need to know how to buy a good Hoover. And we did.
Riveting stuff.
Yeah, riveting stuff.
Riveting stuff.
Fantastic stuff.
How was it suction, so?
Yeah, like 6. I don't know, like, yeah. How do you know? I don't know. 6 suctions. 6 suctions. A very good Hoover. There was 8 suctions out there, but it was outside our price range.
Jesus.
This is a riveting conversation.
It is. I'm terribly sorry. Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's get over to the old music news. I know you have a few bits and pieces there.
Bits and pieces there. So we've talked about lots of different types of music news. I've spilled water on my table. Lots of different types of music news over the past while. And like some things have kind of like come full circle and there's like new news about it. So first of all, remember we chatted about the link between like video games and music and how like music is coming into video games. And what was it? Fortnite did was it Tyler the Creator or
Travis Scott?
Travis Scott, that's it. He did a gig. So Roadblocks, you know that little block game?
Yeah,
It kind of
Roblox,
looks like- yeah. They teamed up with Warner and they've made like animate, like they're doing a fully immersive animated gig with 21 Pilots.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. So they're like, if you look it up, you'll see them.
In what sense? Like it is a.
Well, I think
it's
they're
in
doing
the
same.
game.
Yeah,
And they're going to be Roblox characters, the big blocky guys.
but they're not. But they're not going to be like blocky guys. They're like, they just look like normal people in the game. So they're not the kind of distinct kind of blocky thing that they have. But
so I guess like people are going to put on their VR headsets and be in a crowd, and 21 Pilots is on stage in a VR scenario.
Roblox not VR now, so it's just you can. Yeah, it's just on the screen.
It's like you waddle around a little town. So I think what they're going to do
waddle
is waddle. So they're probably going to do like a week thing, maybe. Where like every couple of hours, like they come on and you go and you can walk around. Maybe you can jump on stage while they're playing. I don't know if there's gonna be like a blocky bouncer just fucking standing there, you know, kind of. But
Five Nights Freddy guy or something coming after you.
There you go.
Yeah. There was security.
I don't know what the crack is with like. It's mad. It's a mad time. There's like. There must be some money in it. Like, you could only imagine the money they're getting.
Oh, there would be, licensing and all that kind of crack, performance. And
how does it generate money? Like, Roblox, do you pay to use that?
No, I think it's free, but you buy coins to buy new clothes.
And then you can buy 21 Pilots tickets with those coins, I guess.
Maybe, yeah. Is it selling the tickets? Are they selling tickets for it? Is that, do you know that?
25...
What songs? They had Heathens. Is that one of their songs?
Heathen. Yeah.
That's a big one.
They had blurry face. Fans can replay the performance at the top of each hour. Yeah. So they're doing. I don't know if this is like they're doing it. They're doing it at 7 p.m. ET. ET photo. And on the 17th of September, to kick off the group's takeover tour. Okay, so they're doing a tour, but they're starting the tour on Roadblocks, which is a pretty cool. Like,
yes, innovative, I guess. Interesting.
5-song set.
What's that fucking 3-minute song? 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. So it's like it's not really a gig, but
barely a support act, really. Like, it had 15, 20 minutes. Like,
but what is it? Roadblock said the pre-recorded. They're adding in a load of like new things into the game for it, but it looks like I wonder, is it pre-recorded or are they going to like do it live? But yeah, you're gonna be able to replay it, but like Yeah, it's probably pre-recorded.
Maybe the first
I'd
one's
love to
live or
see that.
something.
I'd love to see it. You know, all them. What they do with all the bubbles? You know, they put the bubbles on the green screen kind of thing, and they
Oh yeah,
play, and then they kind of animate it in. I'd
So
love to see how they do it.
speaking of that, I actually saw an image recently because ABBA's going back on tour.
yeah. We actually
And-
talked about it last episode. Yeah,
And did you guys see that picture of all like? I mean, these they're not 20, you know, but they were all. I guess they were doing some sort of mocap kind of a thing with all the bobbles on their suits
Oh, I
as
didn't
well.
see
I
that
think they
then,
were
no.
making some sort of a video in preparation for the tour or something like
Mm.
that. But it's a crazy time because like a lot of these bands are doing things like 21 Pilots to go on Roblox and do a show on Roblox. It's like a what would I say? It's like a pioneering kind of a thing. Metallica was the first band to play on 7 continents, and when you play in Antarctica, you're playing in front of like 30 people or something
Yeah.
like that. But to say that you were the first band to do that, 21 Pilots, to say you're the first band to do a virtual concert or stuff like that, it's an interesting time with the internet. Like it just opens a lot of these kinds of things up.
Mm,
And
true.
at the end of the day, you're not like restricted by borders or countries. Like,
Visas, and
that's it.
packing up your gear and importing
can-
it and all this.
I could have a fella looking at me from Ireland and then someone looking at me from bleeding Afghanistan. So that
Mm.
kind of way.
bleed in
so-
Afghanistan.
Right
Yeah,
now,
in
there probably wouldn't be
Afghanistan.
that many people from
No.
Nah,
Afghanistan
there wouldn't
watching
be.
that.
Yeah, sitting there watching 21 Pilots on Roadblock.
Why would they watch you when they could watch that in Afghanistan?
Yeah, like that's probably the reason why they're not watching me.
Taliban are huge Roblox fans. It's basically the training 101 for them.
Yeah,
Day
yeah.
one. It's like, okay, let's
Yeah.
invade the stage of 21 Pilots.
Speaking of ABBA, though, I remember I just see they released a new song, but I haven't heard the
Yeah,
whole
it's
song.
called I Still Have
But-
Faith in
yeah.
You.
I just saw
and I
this
have-
video of a long time ABBA fan. I think she's probably in like her 50s or something. And she was listening to the song. She was like crying as she was listening to it for the first time and stuff. So it's like it's deeply entrenched, that love of ABBA. So
Yeah.
Jesus, they picked the right time to come back, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, they
people
sure
want to
did.
still lap it up, I'd say.
Yeah, my mother still calls herself the dancing queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. I don't think I've ever seen her dance, but she calls herself that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other crack in the news, Keenan? Because I had a quick
The-
look and I didn't really see a whole lot.
Oh, fucking, I'm sure we're late to the party, but bleeding Picky Polly Leo Radcar over in the
Yeah.
fucking festival.
Tarnished Leo Varadkar to you.
Oh,
what did
sorry,
you say?
yeah.
No. What did you say? Picky Pucky.
Picky Polly.
Picky
Polly.
Polly. Oh,
Did you not
he's,
see the
he's
picture and
picking
he's
his
like-
nose. Yeah, did
Oh,
you see
he's
the picture
probably-
now?
oh no,
He,
this
um,
is-
Oh, he's probably sticking something up his nose, you know, at them fucking festivals now.
yeah.
This is Leo Varadkar, former Taoiseach, now Taoiseach of Ireland. He went over to England. I went to a music festival. I can't remember the name of it now, but
The weekend that
Hoopla or
EP was
something.
cancelled as
the
well.
weekend Electric Picnic was cancelled in Ireland. Our Taoiseach was pictured sitting on the grass, picking his nose at a music festival in England, in the UK.
Yeah, for context,
Office.
Ireland still has a lot of lockdowns going
Yeah.
on. I mean, we're starting to open up a bit. I think there's indoor dining now, but realistically,
Yeah. I think from next week, next few weeks, things are starting to open up again. But
for him to go off and go to a
Mm.
music festival is a little bit of a
for him to keep it locked down so hard, especially the music
Yeah.
industry, to see him going over to the UK then to a music festival,
Mm.
it's such a kick in the teeth, like, isn't it?
I think he should step down. I think he's
That's-
fucking ease.
There's not
He's
a
done
damn
enough
thing
to-
going to be done about it. That's the fucking thing. as
No.
well. Not a damn thing.
He was over there on the grass, off his head on yokes, jaw rocking. You, you know what I mean?
Mining.
Mining for gold.
Wait, he was sitting there waiting for the Roadblocks concert to start and that kind of way.
Yeah. It makes
Well,
queer, queer mad though.
Queer mad, indeed. Queer mad. But that's our country. Fucking, but what I love is all of the other ministers. There's one Katrina Martin. She's making headlines, right? Because she said she wouldn't have went to the festival. It's like, no fucking shit. You know?
A lot of
I'm
people
like,
didn't go that day. Like,
Yeah.
it's not really like some
I-
sort of a step up on someone else.
I want to make myself
I
look
wouldn't
good.
have went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
she's
have
the
went.
ad
Had I known,
minister.
I didn't know about it, but if I had known, maybe I wouldn't have went. But probably might have
Yeah.
went.
Yeah.
If there was Yorks, I would have went. Hey! But she just said, I wouldn't have went. And she's all over the papers. It's like, wow, I didn't
How's that
go either.
headline? Yeah.
You know, where's my fucking
There's
head?
no one there I wanted to see. I wouldn't have gone either.
Yeah. All the extra shit.
Put me on fucking headlines.
Here you go, yeah.
I
I
go
think-
as far as to say billions of people didn't go.
Yeah.
More
So-
people didn't go than
Then
went.
went.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny as well is the whole thing brings to mind that Miguel D. Higgins picture of him at Woodstock,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how every time you see it just makes you happy, and then you
Yeah.
see like how, I don't know if times have turned or whatever it means, but Leo Varadkar now at whatever festival that is in England, and you're just like, oh no, no, it's not
No.
good. I don't know. It's just a kind of a duality of image, but obviously there's a pandemic right now. He shouldn't have done that.
But he went on his own. Like, that's what I thought. Well, I don't know if he went on his own, but the picture is him sitting on his own. And it's like, bro, like, do you not have a few mates to go with you? You know, if you're gonna fucking store up shit, at least get a load of lads, couple of cans, off you go. Don't be like sitting in a park.
Oh,
on
I'm
your
sure he
own.
had a little entourage with him.
Do you
Yeah,
reckon?
like,
I'd say so.
outside. Ooh, let's get a bag of cans. Couple of mojitos.
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 Who has brought the frozen raspberries?
But speaking of the whole music thing, I think I did see an update like yesterday that live music and dancing is going to be allowed now either from like now or for next few weeks anyway. So it's kind of going to get back to normal next few weeks, thankfully.
Thankfully.
The dancing was a big thing actually, like the whole getting close and dancing on the floor, and that was going to be the last thing to come in. So that's coming in now quick enough now again. So it's a good sign.
There you go. You'll be flying copper. You'll be able to seduce the ladies with your dancing, with your erotic movements.
Jesus, I wouldn't be doing the dancing now. You're a dancer. You're the dancer now. You get up and you're telling us before you like to stick on a song and dance around the room.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was out dancing yesterday. I did a 3-hour busking session with a few mates in Grafton Street, and there was a fella, Otto. We call him Autopsy, and he's this Jamaican busker, and he sounds like Bob Marley. He has this really projectile voice. It's beautiful. So I was out in the street. I had 2 cans on me, not even wet in the slightest, that kind of way. And I'm there fucking dancing, and there's videos of me. I'll try to find them and send them over to you. Fucking time me life I was having. But yeah, I love that. Like, if you done that inside, it's illegal. Ooh, don't move them legs too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's true.
no, it's a bit crack, bit of dancing, bit of fun.
I could. It's a good bit. Do you know the busker laws you told us there, I suppose, a few weeks ago, or was it probably a few months ago now? You said that once the crowd start building up, you had to kind of move them on and say, okay, no, I can't play until
Yes.
you move on or something. Is that still in place, or what's the crack?
No, so that period is over. So we had crowds last night, kind of. A lot of the tourists are back. Like, it's not the way it was before COVID, but there's still a lot of them kind of coming back. So it was like groups of Spanish kids kind of dancing, while we were playing. It was great to see. Like, it was really heartwarming.
Did you give any money though?
Oh yeah, they did.
Ah,
They did.
good.
Yeah, no, we did. We may. Yeah, we found bread as well.
Found bread.
So all the shops in Grafton Street, all that bakery stuff, when at the end of the day they put it in bags and they leave it outside.
I feel like your life is like one long episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We found bread. So the bakeries were closing. They put out bags of bread, and now I have bread. And there was eggs in the egg shop, and and under a bridge. And
If there was eggs, I'd be sitting here with eggs, man.
Now all you have is bread, but
Do you want an
Um,
egg?
But it's tiger bread,
Oh yeah,
so it's like fucking Southsider bread, that kind of way.
it's the fancy stuff.
ooh,
It's good bread.
yeah.
It was a bit stale, but it was fine because it was
Grand.
free.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down the road at 11:30 last night with my friends, and I have a fucking a lot. When I say a fucking loaf, it's a loaf. The thing's about that size, and I'm just holding it like a bleeding an ice cream and just eating tiger bread. And I'm going do you know what? I'm living. This is the life.
Pretty
kind of
awesome.
way.
That's all you
It's
need.
pretty fun. Yeah, I don't own the fridge, but I own bread.
Technically, you don't. I suppose you do own it now if you picked it up.
Well, yeah. Well, I own bread. Well, I didn't pick up a fridge, man.
Yeah.
I don't like, you know what I mean? I couldn't lift the fridge.
Yeah. You're a small little fella anyway, so you
Yeah. No. Fucking
yeah.
West Freudians with that cheek, isn't it?
Sure
Am I right, Ricky?
What's the crack? Did we talk about the Nirvana baby before? I don't think we did.
No.
So he was the Nevermind album cover, which featured the iconic album artwork of the baby swimming in the swimming pool, and of course, the baby's fully naked and stuff, which is it's his own thing in itself. But the kid now, he's probably 20. He's in his 20s, I'd say now, and he's coming out looking to sue Nirvana for use of that cover art. That apparently it was shot, and it was just like the family were playing around the swimming pool, and someone said, "Hey, we'll just take a picture of the baby," and then that was used as an album cover without really. He says not really any knowledge, and I don't think anyone signed off on it. Or anything,
Is that
but
the
maybe they
actual story?
did.
It was just
Something like that,
a day
yeah.
out at the pool, and someone took a picture of the baby, and they
They
used
didn't
it.
really think, oh, this is going to be a big album cover art photo shoot for a big album. It's just just take the picture of the
They
baby.
must have made some sort of a transaction, surely. Not
Possibly.
really,
That's the
no.
thing. Possibly. All this is allegedly, by the way.
So this is this kind of reminds me of. We're going to circle back, but this actually reminds me of. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but everybody knows that we don't need no education. The Pink Floyd
The Wall.
Breaking the Wall, right?
Yeah.
Part 2 of the Breaking the Wall, a whole load of school kids sing the chorus, or maybe it's part 3. I can't remember. They were never paid.
That's true. Yeah.
And that court case comes up like every 5 years, and those kids, like there's like this school group, and every now and again they're like, yeah, we never got paid, and if it were today, we would be paid this much, and it was back then, and we were promised like £3 or whatever it was, and we never got it. But in today's money, that's like 1,000 each, or credits, or maybe they want credits or whatever it is, But this is not quite the same thing, because that's a load of kids that were brought into a recording studio, and in the recording studio they had made a performance.
Yeah.
Whereas this kid was just at a pool and someone snapped a picture of it, which I think is fair use. I'm not sure. I mean, the kid's naked, so I'm not sure about the legality of that. But
dodgy
yes,
that side, but yeah.
sorry, go on with the story there. Or sorry, Keenan.
Go on, okay, yeah.
No, I know we were talking before the episode started about kind of why he's being sued, but there's a thing here with his lawyer. His name is Spencer Eldon, and the lawyer is
That's the
basically
kid.
suing. Yeah. So it says he's now 30. Let me see. It says he is also alleged it consists of child pornography, and that's the whole thing that they're saying. Basically, they agreed with Nirvana originally to cover the child up with a sticker, but the agreement was never upheld. And it's like, it's making a minor. The lawyer says the agreement was never upheld, and this makes and the picture basically makes a minor, quote, look like a sex worker. So
I don't know about that. That's a stretch.
Anybody looking at that image of an album cover and thinking sex worker is kind of, I think that's the worst aspect of that, really. Like.
Yeah.
But he's looking to sue him now. But the thing is, he has done all these like different anniversary shoots, so he's kind of replicated it.
Yeah, 10, 20, and 25 years. Like he's done 3 of them. Like.
And he seemed fine with the whole thing then.
So what exactly did he do
he
jumps into a pool naked and takes a picture, and
he
says
has his togs on him. But yeah, he replicates the shot when he's like 20 and 25.
Oh, that sounds like a fun activity,
I guess.
If you were,
he claimed he's suffered and will continue to suffer lifelong damages as a result of the artwork, including extreme and permanent emotional distress and interference.
And here he is recreating it every 5 years.
He's looking for $150,000 off each member.
Off each member.
Like, surely if it was such a traumatic experience, you wouldn't recreate it.
No.
Like, logically. Do you know what I mean? If something is traumatic to you, you're not going to relive it every 5 years for the crack and take a photo and put it on your wall. Like, you're just not. Like.
Also, this is another thing. It's not off each member. It's off 15 defendants, which include Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic, the manager of Kurt Cobain's estate, Courtney Love, and the photographer Kurt Welly that took the picture. So he's just trying everyone that's
Yeah.
involved. He's just looking for money off them.
What did
Which
Dave Grohl do?
Yeah, he's just chilling, like, you know
on
what I
the
mean?
drums, man. Probably
But
wasn't even there.
I think the problem, and this might hurt him, because Ricky, you were saying about he's an artist in some way.
That's the story I heard.
Oh, yes.
What I heard was that the guy is an artist, and he wanted to make a little bit more money from his art or whatever it was. Nothing wrong with that. We all want to do a little bit of that. But he reached out to Nirvana and said, will you promote, or Nirvana's management, whatever that means, will you promote my art? And Nirvana just said, listen, it's nice that you ran an album cover 30 years ago, but no, we don't have to do that. And then that's basically where the lawsuit stems from, is like, this guy did something as a baby that he wasn't involved in. The picture is of him. He didn't take the picture. You know what I mean? He didn't sign off his likeness. And then he recreates it every year. He makes art. He makes money from the whole thing. And then just because they didn't go out of their way to help the guy, he decided he wanted to sue them. It sounds a little bit disingenuous, really. Like,
You think if he, like, you think this is gonna? I think this is gonna hurt him more than anything.
I
Because
would
now
think so.
he's no longer, like, if I seen him on the street, I wouldn't have been like, oh, that's the kid from the Nirvana. If it was an artist, I'd be like, oh, cool art, whatever. But now he's gonna be known as the guy that tried to sue 15 people linked to Nirvana over a picture that he recreates every couple of years, which causes him emotional distress for some reason, even though he relives it. It's kind of that.
He did say something that I found was kind of profound, I guess. But they say he go into like a football stadium to a football game. And he looks around like 40, 50,000 people, and he thinks, all these people have probably seen my Willie.
So Jackie Chan does the same thing. I mean, Jackie Chan did adult movies before he became Jackie Chan. A lot of people have done that. It's not that abnormal.
No, well, that's different.
I know I'm off on a different tangent here.
If you purposely get naked on film and not, but this kid didn't have a choice, you know, that kind of thing at the time. So it's kind of a grey area, I think, the whole thing. But I know what you guys are saying as well.
Like a prepubescent baby. Like, I mean, there's no shame in that. Like,
no,
you know what I mean?
You know? You don't know until that happened to you. Like,
that's true. That's a fair point. It hasn't happened to me, so maybe I'm belittling someone else's trauma. I don't want to, but yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? I guess there'd be a little bit of pride in it almost. You know what I mean? It's like everybody here has seen my stuff and what I have to offer. Ladies may line up on the left.
Hasn't grown much since, but
there's no change. But you can have another look for $5. I'll even jump in the pool for another 10.
That's brilliant.
I
think.
Go on, sorry.
No, I just to finish on that, I think definitely, as you said, it is a grey area. Like, there's some grounds of standing, especially back then. You wonder how professional everything was handled, you know, that kind of way. Was there any times where, like, as you said, like the Pink Floyd thing, like back then, like there wasn't a lot of court cases done. There wasn't a lot of less documents were kind of handled, so people would just go, do you want to do this? In you come, off you go. So you wonder, there probably ground stand there, but also I feel like it's kind of gonna hinder him now. I think he's kind of dug his own grave in a weird way, because now everyone's gonna know him as the guy that, like, whatever your view is, and a lot of people are gonna see him as kind of chasing the financial end of it that way. So
that's the only, like, what else brought him to that point today? I mean, if there was trauma, I don't know, the 7-year-old kids don't sue people, but maybe 21-year-old people do. If there was such huge trauma, I assume that would have happened in high school or somewhere like that. You know what I mean? It's like, he's an adult, he's an artist. It sounds like he's doing fine. It seems weird to just kind of come out of the woodwork at 30 years from something that happened as a baby. And then, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. A lot of layers. A lot of layers. Complicated.
All allegedly, by the way. There's no.
Yeah, we don't know the real facts there.
Any other bits of news there, Keen, at all? Are we exhausted our news for the week already?
Well, there is a planning row erupts between Waterford Hotel and residents over live music venue.
Oh, Jesus. We're getting
Two
into the
appeals have
nitty-gritty
been
now.
lodged.
I'm
Two
gonna need
appeals have
that
been lodged
explained.
against.
Residents of a live music
So-
venue.
No,
No,
the
no,
hotel
no.
is probably
Over a lot. So the hotel is building the Heaven Hotel in Dunmore East.
somewhere
uh,
yeah.
Put 2 appeals that have been denied. Oh wait, 2 appeals have been lodged against the recent decision of Waterford to grant. Okay, so they were granted permission to build a function room extending, which includes a bar, for venues, music, and 2 appeals have been took up. 2 appeals by the locals have been put up. Several residents have objected to the permit, which seats basically it's a front lawn of the hotel, seats 140 people, and they said it the council has not properly secured soundproofing, lots of other things about how it will affect the area, sound, sleeping, all this fun stuff. So noise disturbances, local street, bringing out of character with the distinct local streetscape, as well as concerns about noise disruption. So
Yes.
people are
Locals giving out about loud music pretty much.
That's as
Yeah.
old as music is, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
probably every venue ever trying to be built,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
appeals and stuff. from the
everyone
planning
wants it, but not beside them.
No,
So that
no,
kind
yeah,
of like
that's it, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like when they were building the incinerators in Dublin. You know the
Mm.
big and they
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Yeah, incinerators," and then they were like, "We're gonna put in East Wall," and they were like, "We don't
No.
want them anymore.
We thought it'd be over there.
We want them to be over this other
Yeah.
side, on the north side."
Yeah.
Same even with the fucking wind turbines. People, it's a great idea, but don't put them near my house.
Yeah.
You know,
Which I'm the opposite, man. Put it right outside my house. I want all that power.
give it all.
Yeah.
Even though they're
Wow.
they're pretty much silent and no harm really. People, I think people were saying it caused cancer, and I was like, how?
Yeah,
How?
yeah. The wind is blowing at like a turbine to go in a circle, but I can't even. Yeah, I don't know.
And didn't Trump once say, "Oh, they're killing all the birds, all the wind turbines are killing all the birds"?
Yeah,
No, what are you talking about?
Old Trumpy boy with his spitting facts, as they
yeah.
say.
Yeah, I think they aligned that with his border wall that he was building and how many species that would actually affect, because it was
Oh, is
like
that-
separating creatures on the border that were then not able to mate or whatever the hell it is, and obviously that would affect.
So he took the offensive. He goes, "Oh yeah, look at wind turbines. They're killing everything. All the birds, killing everything.
Those
Don't mind my
winters
wall. It's
don't-
not
yeah.
a small drop in the ocean."
only a
His
little
wall
while,
washed
yeah.
away the other day. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I know it's a
Washed away.
separate bit of news here now. It's not music related, but yeah, there was a bad old storm down in Arizona or someplace, and half his wall washed down the river. Like,
Jeez.
do you know what I mean?
No.
This is yeah,
Some
no, it's
strong
like I said.
wall that is.
Yeah,
Mm.
and you know, this is not only that, right? But he didn't get the funding from the U.S. government to build the wall. He got it from like the U.S. public. So like $13 billion of U.S. public's money that they donated through like a GoFundMe just washed down a river. It's just fantastic. It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, logistical genius.
Miracle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
yeah, I think we're coming to the end of this episode now. But I forgot to mention at the start of the episode that we were on Tebow Vision with Paul and Enzo, myself and Keenan, a few 2 or 3 weeks there. And we were chatting to just these 2 Canadian guys, music maker and podcast makers just like ourselves. We had a chat with them, and I put the audio out on our podcast feed. So if you want to hear that, you can go over to our Spotify or Apple Music or Acast, wherever you listen to your podcast. You'll see that come up in the feed. It's just the audio version now. I don't have the video version. So if you're let's watch this on YouTube, go over to our Spotify or whatever. You can hear it there. That's out. Yeah, put out yesterday, so it should be already out anyway. So it's 2 hours of us talking to these 2 Canadian lads and talking all sorts of, explaining the word crack to them and stuff and how to use it in context and all this kind of, all that kind of crack. So good crack anyway.
Yeah, the way
Good
these
crack.
podcast things are going, I feel like I should start my own, just explaining how to buy Hoovers and how to buy fridges.
I would
and stuff
watch
like
that.
Someone
I would
has to
watch-
make it, man. I don't know how to buy
I've
a
been
Hoover.
trying to buy a Hoover for 6 years. I never could figure it out.
I've so
So
much dust.
Yeah, I found it. There's
6
piles
years
of it
dust.
everywhere. I just
know
keep,
the
I
worse
keep
it gets, the
eating
better the
it.
machine has to be.
Yeah. I keep eating it. I just don't know where to put it. I have it in pockets, fucking drawers,
I'm
everything.
starting to have breathing problems.
So yeah, no, you should definitely start one because we started it during the lockdown. Really,
Yeah.
it was kind of, and yeah, it was a bit of fun. Like it's just been a bit of crack. We get the shy talk for a few hours, and you know, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, people seem to be listening
It's
in,
good
in
banter.
some way, so that's cool.
In
Hey.
some way, yay.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we shout out our socials anyway. Do you want to shout them out there? Keenan,
Yes.
a good man.
I will indeed. So it is the Art Saddle Podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. It is the Art Saddle on YouTube. And if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to have if there's any guests you want on, if you want to come on, if you have any stories, news, music for us to check out, films for us to check out, maybe a dad joke or two.
Oh, that's after jogging my memory now. I must say one. Go do the
Okay.
socials first, and then I'll say one.
You can slide into our DMs, or you can email us at theartsaddle@gmail.com. We answer everything, and we sell feet pics and all this fun stuff. So just
How much?
it's a lot less than you think. It's a lot less than you think. But you can get in touch, and we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, as well, if you are listening to us on Acast or any other things like that, we're on Apple Music as well, aren't we?
Yeah, should be. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to drop a 5-star review.
That's a good call. Good shout.
An 5-star review, maybe an comment. I know some of them left you a comment, but they are very helpful, extremely helpful.
Yeah, we'll read them out if we see any there as well.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? We'll give you some love, and
yeah, because that's hugely important for independent podcasts like us. For someone, for any listeners that like what we're doing, go leave us a little 5-star review on iTunes or whatever. Where if your app allows you to give reviews, I know Spotify doesn't, and a few others does, but iTunes do. So if you give us a nice little review, that helps us to be found by other people looking for this type of podcast, let's say, and helps grow and get out to other people. And
we're all subservient to the algorithm, and the algorithm is defined by we need to have good comments, we need to have 5-star reviews, we need to have likes, shares, comments, subscribes,
engagement.
Click the bell.
Engagement.
Yes. That's what it is. People actually do need that. So if you're listening to this, it actually genuinely does help.
Definitely. Any independent musician around, share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. That helps out monumentally. You don't know how much that actually helps. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No. I think that's all I had to say. You can check out me and Copper. And Ricky, do you have any music anywhere, or do you have anything
I wrote an album a few years back. It's on everything. Kid Linky, KID space LINKY. It's half hard rock, half classical music. A lot of classical music. I love writing classical and composing classical instruments and things like that. And I have a few songs on there, even a couple of music videos. If anyone wants to check them out, Kid Linky. I think I'm on all of the normal places. Kid Linky. I'm not on Instagram, or I'm not really on social media, but I'm on like the distributors like Apple Music, Spotify. What other ones are there? All of those.
Yeah, on all of them.
Google ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I should promote this stuff a lot better than this, but I'm not very good at it. I'm not as poetic as you with the email feed pics and stuff.
Email feed pics. Yeah, your hoovering is your department.
That's my department. I'm all about them BTUs, baby.
You're about to release a narration track of you reading out a Hoover manual.
Yeah.
Yes,
this is for the Dyson D4000.
I would watch podcasts of you just like read like 10-minute podcasts of you just reading manuals.
I was on the drive up here, and Eugene said, "Do you want to be on our podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, that actually sounds really fun. I'd love to do that." But you're driving and you get notions, right? You're listening to the same CD for the 15th time, and I was like, "Okay, what if I like speak really close to the microphone like Jerry Ryan?" And if I speak the whole podcast, and I genuinely was like, I don't even know what I'm going to sound like on this podcast. And it was like one of those things where I felt like I should go like really Barry White with the whole thing just for the crack, you know. And I'm glad I didn't. But if I were to do a podcast about Hoovers, that's how I would do it, because
definitely.
I need the ladies on board, I need the men on board, I need to make it as Jerry Ryan, Barry White as I possibly can, you know. Really
to check the suction. You
just really make sure you attach the attachments correctly at both ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, fucking dad joke for you, right? Did you hear that joke about COVID? It'll take you 2 weeks to find out if you got it or not. Anyway, move on. Yeah, that's my dad joke for the night. That's the week.
That was good.
Do you have any at all?
No. I'm
Letting us down.
I exhausted all my options like 2 weeks ago. I keep needing to remember. But no, there's no good one. Do you have any dad jokes, Ricky?
No, I don't think I do. I should have prepared better. And I'm sorry. I feel like I should have. Now, I didn't get the feel of the whole thing. I'm getting it today, and I'm kind of liking it. It's pretty fun in here. I'd have to share some dad jokes with Eugene that he can tell you guys.
That's it. But yeah, we'll call an end to this episode. We're going to slide into the Patreon now, and talk about the branding that occurred a few weeks ago and stuff. But then, yeah, so that's over on the Patreon. Yeah, I think we shout out the Patreon. If
we mentioned at the start, but do
it again there. Sure.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/The Art Saddle Podcast. And if you want to give us, say, €1 a month, you will get 4 extra episodes, bonus episodes. If you want to hear us talking more shite, go over to Patreon and listen there for just €1 a month. And we're building up a nice little collection. There's about 4, 5, 6 bonus episodes there now, I think. And
we have lots of plans.
Yeah,
lots of plans in the future.
I would be.
We'll have to get Ricky back as well. We have plans for doing drinking games and.
Oh, thanks very much.
The hot sauce thing we were talking about as well before.
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the
flashbang?
Flashbang.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, that could be a story in the Patreon thing now. If
that's a good one. Yeah.
So the bollocks off me.
Have you had it yet? Have you been down here?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, it's not that bad.
Oh no. we'll talk about that more in the Patreon. Sure. For now, to our lovely listeners, thanks very much for watching and listening, and hope you enjoyed it. And see you over in the Patreon. And all the best. Have a good week. Bye bye.
Take it easy.
Bye bye.